Today I wanted to talk about how much German language classes will cost you. So, how much would learning the German language cost you? So, to understand this, you have to know what are the ways you can learn the German language. As I've told you before, the most important thing to work in Germany is the B2 German language certificate. And the quicker you have your B2 German language certificate, the quicker your process starts. So, this means I know this would sound controversial. You have to try and get your B2 German language as quickly as possible. By this, I mean you don't have to take your A1 exam, A2 exam, B1 exam, and get your B2 certificate and get your A1 certificate and or B1 certificate and be extremely proud of it, displaying it. Nobody cares about your B1 or A2 certificate. All they're interested is your B2 German language certificate. This is the certificate that you need to submit to the medical council. So your aim should be to take your B2 exam directly. A colleague of mine in Germany got his B2 German language certificate in 4 months. He wanted to go for the B2 exams, but then he decided, it was too much hassle to drive up and down from where he lived. So he paid for the course, bought all the material, sat at home and studied himself, passed the exam with flying colors, and he had his B2 German language certificate in 4 to 5 months. I myself got my B1 certificate in 3 months. But for the B2 certificate, I had to enroll myself in a course in Germany, which was a scholarship course whereby I would work as a guest doctor for 6 months, simultaneously taking German language courses twice a week for 6 months. So this is why I could have done it quicker. I could have gotten my B2 German language certificate within 2 months or 1 month, maybe even a month. But I had to enroll myself in this course, and that's why it took 6 months. That's why I took longer, but I'm sure I could have gotten it within a month or two. So your aim should be to get to B2 as quickly as possible. So this means you go all out and study intensively. Of course, you have to study A1, A2, B1 as well, but you don't have to take the exams, all the costs that come with these exams, through GOTE or whatever. Try to go all out. You should be able to solve A1 exam papers by yourself, A2 exam papers by yourself, and B1 exam papers by yourself, so that you're ready to start learning for B2. And once you start learning B2, you have to, take as many B2 practice exams as possible, solve as many B2 practice papers as possible before you take the B2 exam, so that you're sure you will pass this exam. A1, A2, and B1 are relatively simple exams and easy exams to pass, but B2 is not an easy exam. It's quite a difficult exam. You have to be well versed with conversational German and written German to pass this exam. It's not an easy exam, I'll be honest with you. You have to study hard. Candidates from many countries fail the B2 exam for this reason, because it is not an easy exam. Because Germany has a tie-up with Vietnam, with Mexico, and I think Tunisia and a few other countries for nursing graduates to come to Germany, because Germany has a massive nursing shortage as well. And many of these candidates in these countries are not able to pass the B2 exam. They manage to get till B1, but they're not able to pass B2. This is why I say the more time you put in, the better it is for you. So how much would this cost? So let's see how you can reach B2 the quickest and how much this would cost you. So you can learn the German language through 3 methods. Number 1, you join an intensive course or a normal German course in your home country. Number 2, you hire an online teacher so that you have a one-on-one interaction with this teacher, or you are a group of friends who decide to learn the German language, and you get together and you hire an online teacher. And number 3, you learn German by yourself through an online course like my course, which I'll be coming up with soon. So let's go through these steps one by one. Number 1, you enroll yourself in intensive online German classes. So you can either do this in your home country, or you can apply to an intensive course in Germany. Intensive courses in Germany are quite expensive. They will cost anywhere between, I think an intensive course would cost anywhere between 600 to 800 euros up to 1,200 euros. depending on the classes and the number of students that are in the classes, etc., etc. So intensive classes in Germany would cost anywhere between 800 to 1,200 to 1,500 euros. Intensive classes offered by Goethe in India will cost you 300 to 600 euros per level. So A1 level 600, A2 months. Each level is between 3 to 4 months, I think. And they have split B2 into B2.1 and B2.2 for obvious reasons, so that they can charge for each level. So it will take you up to maybe a year and a half just to get B2 if you're going through the Goethe route. And they will not take you for B2 directly. Let's say you have studied until B1 by yourself, and now you want to enroll into B2, they will not take you. You have to produce your B1 certificate to get yourself enrolled into B2. So this is another catch with Goethe. But of course, you want to study, you have enough time, you can study German through Goethe. They are very good, at least through my experience. They are quite good, and you have other students with who you can interact with and things like that. And this is good, but the problem is it takes too long. Remember that through my method, my aim is to get you to Germany as quickly as possible. And this means directly taking your B2 exam yourself. You can enroll in these exams yourself. You don't need to go through Goethe. You just register for your exams depending on the availability of dates. If you don't have dates in India, you can take the exam in any other country. I don't know, you can fly to Latvia. Maybe they have exam dates available. Just fly there on a tourist visa, take the exam and come back. You don't have to take this exam in India. Once you take an exam, once you have your B2 certificate in Goethe, it's valid all throughout the world. It's valid anywhere. It's valid everywhere in Germany, Austria, Switzerland. It doesn't matter. So this is how much it would cost you if you're taking it to Goethe. So it would be around 400 to 600 euros per level. You can calculate at around 400 euros per level, with each level taking between 3 to 6 months. The next method is to hire an online tutor. So if you Google online, maybe you'll find online tutors. A lot of people have been asking me about this. I learned German up to B1 level through a private tutor. I was lucky that I found a private tutor in my hometown. He was the only German teacher in the town, and I learned German with him. And it was obviously very, very cheap. And a lot of people have been asking me where they can find private tutors. If you don't find private tutors yourself, I will have appointments for German teachers from Germany, from Switzerland, and from India. Of course, they will be charging their own rates. I will be just acting as a portal whereby you can book online classes with them. Obviously, this will be very expensive. German teachers in Germany charge around 30 to 50 per hour. Maybe the rates will go down if you are a group of students taking classes, but they will be charging per hour. So that will be around 30 to 50 euros per hour. Understand this, it's not per level, it's per hour. And German teachers in Switzerland will be double of that. So they would probably be charging somewhere between, I would say, 60 to 90 euros per hour. So if your aim is to start working in Switzerland directly, and you want to understand a little bit of Swiss German, the Swiss dialect of German, this is an option for you. But understand, it will be quite expensive. But if money is not an issue, you can book these classes through my website, and it will cost you anywhere between 60 to 90 euros per hour, depending on the teacher. Of course, there'll be several teachers, and you can book classes through my website for them. And I also have a tie-up with an Indian online teacher. He's ready to give classes, even though the schedule is not yet clear. Of course, that will be much cheaper, but it will still be around 20 euros per hour, I think, based on his rates. I don't know how much these online teachers will be charging, so you can discuss with them directly. And the third option is to learn it yourself. What do I mean by this? You get your books and you study, and my own online German course will be out in a couple of weeks, where I'll be releasing classes regularly. You can read, you can buy the books and go through my online classes that I will be releasing, which will be the cheapest option for you. I understand that many of you cannot afford many of these online classes and not stable financially. This is meant for those candidates who want to learn German by themselves. You can learn German very quickly this way. You put in a lot of time. You have to study for this. You have to sit at home. You have to put in the time. And with my German classes, you can learn German by yourself at home. Of course, this will be absolutely cheap. You'll not find a course for this price anywhere else. And this is the fastest way, I would think. My course is meant for those candidates who want to take B2 German language classes directly. I don't see any sense in taking A1, A2 and B1 exams, especially if your aim is to just get B2 and get to Germany as quickly as possible. So my German course will be out very soon, and with that you can start learning German by yourself and put in all the effort, solve as many exam papers as possible, previous exam papers as possible, and this will be your first step. So I hope with this it's clear the different pathways to learn German. I'll be breaking down the other costs that you might have to bear once you are in Germany, the cost of your temporary registration, permanent registration, of the approbations exam costs. All of this will be broken down in a future video. If you have any questions, post them on my Instagram, and see you in the next video. Bye.